Hello, and good morning from Logisticator. Now that you have registered as a provider, you have hopefully set up your clients and your employees. And in this case, you can see that the client is set up and you have an active request in your dashboard. The dashboard shows you an overview. You have one active shipment here. It is a spot inquiry from Hamburg, Germany to Ningbo in China. The time is still 1 day and 14 hours till you have to submit your bid. You can do it at any time before, but that is the time that it runs out, and the job will be awarded to whoever the winner is. Under the Action tab, you can basically see an overview of the shipment, submit your bid, or set privileges if you have employees set up. First, if you click on the view, you get an overview of the entire shipment that shows you what it is, the description, the trade lane, all details that you need to know in order to quote your rates. You can see the timing. Here you see when the shipment needs to be transported. Here you need to see when the tender request is finishing. And here you can see that the shipper selected that a prolongation will be allowed 3 times at 5 minutes, meaning that just before 2 o'clock, which is set up here, if there's still activity 5 minutes before, it will extend to 2:05, then to 2:10, and last time to 2:15 if there's still bidding activity. Here you see the detail. The request is 10 40-foot containers of textiles. Further information in this detail sheet. And here you see how the rate has to be submitted. It is the FOB rate for 10 40-foot containers, so you quote it per container. Here, the on carriage in this example, again per container times 40 foot. In this field, you have the customs clearance, which is now per shipment and no longer per container. So always see what the client has set up as far as how he likes the rates quoted. So, and if you go further down, you come straight to where you would come if you say place your bid or submit your bid. This is the area where you can enter your rates. In this particular example, we said the FOB cost is $1,000. As you can see, it's times 10. The on carriage is 125 euros, and here it's again times 10, and the customs clearance is 150 euros per shipment, which brings the total sum to $11,610 US. It is US dollars because the client has requested that the final price or rate be shown in US dollars. You can see here that your current position is with that bid, you're in the number 1 position. You can add some sealed information, whatever you want to accompany your bid with, on what carrier, on what date, on any particulars that belong to your rate. You put in sealed information, and your client will see those comments before he makes a decision who wins the transport. Then further down, you can as well see how the bids have been going for you. You're on first place because that's the bid you already submitted, and it shows you the date. So here you can see in more detail what position you're ranking in, but you always want to keep this in mind and look at this when it comes close to the finishing date. You can now save it without submitting. That means if you still don't have all the prices, if you have only 2 boxes but the third one is still missing, you can now save the price. It will not be submitted to your client, or you say submit and it will be submitted to your client. You can always change the pricing. You can always possibly, depending on your position, see if you can still better your rate and be in a higher position in the ranking. I quickly show you that if you go back to your dashboard to the shipment that we are just looking at, and if you go straight on submit your bid, that is the portion in the bottom that you have just seen, where you just fill in your rate, and you have the bottom part where you can submit your rate. Same thing, save it or submit it. So with this in mind, you have the first overview on how to receive and requests, and then place your bid on them and follow up on your ranking and when it closes. So good luck, and I hope you have many new shipments coming your way.